Hello, my fellow investigators, and welcome to Watch Us Lose, where we're playing every great old one in Fantasy Flight Games, Eldritch Horror.
This week, Yog-Suthoth, the lurker at the threshold.
I'm Rob.
I'm Eric.
I'm Len.
I'm Laura.
And that's right, our month of Hastur is over, but our month of Hastur-inspired technical difficulties continued with us. But hopefully that's all behind us as we move on to play Yog-Suthoth.
He eats spells. Apparently, he's bound between dimensions and powers sorcerers. So we're going to have to throw a lot of spells at him to make him go away. I can't make fun of... Yeah, okay, so I have to mention that Rob got Dexter eaten because of a dark pact, and he would have been very useful here.
He would have been a little useful here. I'll concede that. He could get us a lot of spells. But he's not here, and we have to make do with what we've got. So what is it we are up against today? Laura?
So the active mystery is where the old ones broke through. Yog-Suthoth struggles to free itself from the space between dimensions, tearing holes in our reality in the process. So we need an investigator to close the gate, and at that time, he or she may discard 2 spells to seal the rift and place that gate on this card. At the end of the Mythos phase, if there are gates on this card equal to half the investigators, return all gate tokens on this mystery to the game box to solve this mystery. So to get those 2 gates on there, we're going to need to discard 4 spells between us all.
But I don't think this is going to be a big problem because Agatha is starting right next to a gate, and she starts with 2 spells. Right, Len?
Agatha says suck an egg. The spells are not going anywhere. So maybe one of them. Maybe the Call the Storm, but still bravery is too valuable.
And still bravery is very valuable in this game.
Yeah.
Especially with a lot of our investigators, half of our investigators starting with only 5 sanity.
Yeah. All right, so we only have, let's take a look here. So we do have to resolve our prelude card, the unwilling sacrifice. You didn't see the faces of the men who took you in the black of night, but you can see the face of another who shares your fate. Bound and gagged, the other victim lies helpless on the stone altar beside you. A black-robed figure prepares to drive a jeweled dagger into the victim's heart. With the cultists distracted, you think you could escape, but could you really do so in good conscience? Nay! As the blade comes down, adrenaline surges through your body and you slip from your restraints. You throw yourself between the robed assailant and his victim. The blade sinks into the flesh of your shoulder, missing your heart by mere inches. You wrench the dagger free from your wounded shoulder, and after subduing the cultist, you free your grateful companion. Those who did this to you will pay in kind. That much is certain. So after resolving setup, each investigator may spend 2 health to gain 1 character unique asset.
All right. I'll be a lead investigator. Is that okay?
Sure.
So that I can speak first, and I will definitely spend the 2 health.
All right.
So I'm gonna lower my health by 2. And this is put it on the unique.
That's correct.
Correct. And I push the button, and I get... Who the heck is this? I don't know how to pronounce his name. Some French guy. Etienne Laurent. Unique asset. You may add 1 to success to your test when resolving an acquire asset. When acquiring assets to an influence test during acquire assets action. Once per round during the action phase, you may discard 1 card from the reserve.
Oh, that is sweet.
So I got that. Are you going to spend the 2 health for...
I am indeed.
Yeah.
I have farther... Oh, baby! Farther Merluzzo! Hey-o! Merluzzo. Once per round, you may add 1 success to your test result when resolving a will test or in a combat encounter. But on reckonings, roll a die on a 4, 5, or 6, gain a blessed condition. Oh, Father.
So Bill is telling us that we had this one before. I honestly don't remember it.
The father?
No, this prelude.
No, I don't remember this one.
All right.
This is.
I trust Bill. I don't believe you guys for a second.
Sure, that's fair. That's fair. Laura, what are you gonna do?
I'm feeling peer pressured into this, so I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
We haven't even said anything to you. All right.
Just everyone else is doing it.
Yeah, I'm watching the group, and it's the thing that I. Okay, so I just press this button.
Yeah, press the button on that black die.
Karina Jones.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I had this.
Roll 1
We've seen
additional
her.
die when resolving a influence or observation test. When you gain this card from the deck, gain 1 talent condition.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Not bad.
I'll grab a talent for you.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I guess at this point, I kind of have to. Even though that will bring me down to 3.
Yeah.
Me too. It's like
Yeah,
But I'll go along. I'll go along and get Dr. Ali Kofur. When this card enters play, gain 1 relic unique asset and gain +2 lore and +2 observation.
Ooh.
Alright, so a relic unique object.
This is going to line up perfectly when the game hands up light conditions on turn 1.
Yeah.
Yep, it's gonna be great.
All of our characters turn on it.
Yeah.
And I get the Jeweled Scarab. Magical trinket. You may reroll 1 die when resolving a lore or will test. If you or another investigator on any space has an ornate scarab unique asset, you may flip this card.
What Pokemon nonsense is that? When do we ever get like 10 unique assets? You can't choose.
That is
choose the
oddly worded in my opinion. All right, so the prelude is done. Are we ready? We're ready to get playing?
Think so.
All right.
So.
Apparently, he says we had this in Syzygy.
Alright. Well, he pays more attention than we do, so
That's very
I'll
true.
go with it.
A true fan. All right. So Trenchcoat Dude number 1, kick us off.
Okay. So the first thing I am going to do, I am going to start moving towards Arkham,
Yep.
and I am going to shop because I now add 1 success to your test when resolving a acquire assets action. And so I am going to. I have an influence of 4 plus. That's just 1 success, so that doesn't do anything.
Speaking of 1 success,
blows.
Noise going to debt.
Yeah,
That's 2 successes. He's got 2,
Two.
technically.
I've got 2. When you gain this card, you gain 1 true. All right, I will take. You know what? I'm going to take the Grim Lexicon because I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot of shopping, and might as well get that now, and then hopefully I'll do better next time.
All right.
And I'll restock
And gain a
Expedition
clue.
Guide. And I gain a clue. Yes, that's true. Which is useful.
All right. Len,
I am going to rest. Actually, wait. Let's acquire assets first.
Okay.
Let's acquire assets. In fact, no. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna gain a resource. Let's forget about resting, and then I'm gonna try to acquire assets.
Yeah, there's some nice stuff for you there.
3 dice. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Okay. So I will go into debt, and I will take the Mystic's home.
All right.
When I gain this card, gain 2 spells, then discard 1 spell. And whenever you perform a rest, cover an additional snap. That makes it later. Okay.
Yep.
So 2 spells. Let's go. Beep, beep. And
You can get.
I don't
What is a
want fire
funding?
stuff.
Funding is another deal.
Yeah,
It helps get rid of debt and other stuff.
You know what though? Oh, you know what? I'll take Shroud of Shadow because that's a spell effect that'll pump out clues with my passive, so I'll take that.
All right. Was that 1 or 2?
That was 2. I took the resource.
All right. Laura.
I think I might get a train ticket and travel to Arkham. Can do that, right?
You can do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only one so far that has actually cared about accomplishing something. I'm proud of you. This is why you wear the crown.
All right, so I'm not even gonna bother doing the train ticket transaction for just going to Arkham and calling it.
Yeah.
Oh no!
All right. So that brings. So I'm almost tempted to not rest. See if I can take a sandy hit and justify getting the Silver Twilight Host to recover a little bit.
Well,
I feel like that's going to hurt
Laura
me in the long
could just
run.
wait. No,
Oh right,
You,
I
you don't
didn't
do that.
think-
Laura does that.
Right.
Right.
No, but I'm saying that it would be silly for us to do it
Right.
right now.
But I
Okay.
could spawn 2 clues, which I should
Oh,
probably
that's
do.
right.
Unless someone wants me to move something out of the reserve.
So far, all the reserve is okay stuff.
Pretty damn
so.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 clues it is. Okay, up on Space 13 and over in the Himalayas.
All right. And this is using Roland's Buy the Book reward. He can use passive twice per round, which allows us to gain service assets set aside, discard cards from the reserve, or spawn clues. So, Zoe, being new to our campaign, hasn't earned her reward yet. Her personal mission says when you flip a task unique asset, place 1 Eldritch token on this card. Then if there are 3 or more Eldritch tokens on this card, discard this card and gain the Crusade reward. So, her special, if you have fewer than 2 task assets, gain 1 task unique asset. So I'm going to do that in the hopes of getting this to go off before we're down to, or we have, I think, 5 gates is the bad condition for me. And I got a stinking courier run. I hate these things. Alright, when you gain this card from the deck, place 1 random clue that corresponds to a city space face up on this card. Base
That's
6?
Base 6. Literally right where you almost are.
Right, by
That's
which you
amazing.
mean on the other side of the ocean.
Oh, I'm thinking you're going to go
Yeah, I can do it. I can do that easy.
I got you confused.
I'm not even wearing a trench coat.
Well, you can get there.
I can get there, and that's the way I'm going.
Yeah.
My second action is not going to be to rest, but to move to London. All right. That gets us amazingly through our first action phase of the night.
All right.
Well, we've run out of time this week. We'll see everybody next week.
Take
Yeah,
care.
there we go.
Alright.
Tune in next time as we test audio settings and play a little bit of Eldritch Horror.
Alright. Joe Diamond, you are on a generic city, I believe?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You get caught in a gunfight between the police and thieves. Test observation.
Oh.
Okay, my observation, that's a good one for me. Watch me botch the roll. No,
Never.
did not.
If you pass, you emerge safely once the smoke clears and find some loot that was left behind. Gain a random item asset from the deck.
Okay, so just take the top thing off of the.
No, because they're
it has
not
to be
all
an item. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, you got? You got it?
Yep.
Okay, so what did I get? I got.
Oh, jeez.
Wow! Oof!
This game
Game plus. Well, we haven't hit the mythos phase yet. Don't say that yet. Game +4 during combat. Oof!
All right.
Okay.
Looks like
Maybe Zoe. If we're ever in the same place, we trade. Since I didn't combat optimize myself this time.
Well, I do think there's a good chance we're all going to be accumulating in Arkham as we try to get spells and stuff. So that could happen.
Well,
all right.
Yeah. All right. I am in Tokyo. Oh wow, there's only a cultist on the board, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Tokyo is Asia.
Yeah.
All right. You pray to Sasanu for a mighty storm. A monster of your choice on any space loses 2 health. You leave a donation at the Sea God's Temple. Test influence -1.
Oh boy. All right. So here's my question: do I have to choose a monster?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right. I guess it's the cultist back in the bag. Boy, I'm really wishing I rested last round though, because I really need to pass.
Okay, so influence -1.
Influence -1, which means 2 influence. I mean 2 dice. 2 dice. Come on, baby. For the love of Peter Pan. Here you go. Bang! Hey! Hey!
Good.
Excellent. The priests are pleased. Gain 1 random service asset from the deck.
Yes. Service. And what did he win? Appeal to the council. So stupid. Thank you. I can immediately spend 2 clues to retreat due by 1. Thank you. Thanks for nothing.
All right. You're in London, Rob.
Nope. I mean, I am, but
I would like to have an
Laura is
expedition encounter.
Can do an expedition encounter?
I am.
Oh, that's bold. That
I
could
am
be
bold.
useful, but that's bold.
All right, let's see if I can get mine here to do what it needs to do. That didn't work. All right, here we go. Arkham. You descend into a series of tunnels hidden beneath Arkham's old cemetery. The stonework indicates these twisting passageways are as old as the city itself. You search the dark halls looking for some indication of their purpose. Test observation.
Cool. So I get to roll an additional die because I've got Karina Jones. And otherwise my observation is 4. So I get to roll 5 dice, which is not bad.
Not bad at all.
Oh, I just got booted. Anybody else?
Nope.
Nope.
Ooh, and I pass with 2.
All right. You find papers linking the city's founders to witchcraft. Gain 1 incantation spell.
Okay.
Wow. As if you knew.
That's useful. It would be more useful if you passed this roll, but
Well, might happen. Hold on. Let's see. Let's set this to incantation. All right, go ahead and push the button
Oh, okay.
if you like.
Is it this? Yeah, it's that. Okay. Storm of Spirits. When resolving a combat encounter, you may resolve a lore test in the place of a strength test using the same test modifier, if you do flip this card.
Alright. Well, maybe not one you want to use, but maybe a good one to
trash
get
for
rid
the mystery. Yeah, exactly.
Alright,
Alright,
so
what else?
the documents hint at a coming doom. Test lore -1.
Right, so my lore is 2, which is not super. And I don't have anything that improves my lore, right? No. Okay. All right. So lore -1 is only 1. So
Yeah.
let's roll this guy.
All right. Everyone hope.
Something's not right with me.
It was a lot to ask for. If you fail, yeah, you don't have any rerolls, right?
No.
Okay. If you fail, you feel lost and afraid, lose 1 sanity, and gain a paranoia condition.
All right.
So you should be at 5-4.
And I need that paranoid condition.
Is it under Banes? Where is it? I don't know where anything is.
Paranoia is going to be up under Madness.
Okay, got it for you.
So did Laura get kicked too? Like, I see Laura's
Nope.
not.
Well, I was briefly kicked out of Discord.
I gave you a paranoia condition.
Thank you, I think.
Yeah. That's that. You know, I go the mile.
You do.
All right. Now, Rob, let's see what horrible things I can do to you.
Hold on. I'm screwing stuff up as well. Let's try that.
Okay.
All right. What's going on with me?
Okay. Dion's fortune books are filled with occult insights. You try to gain her help against the ancient ones. Test influence.
Not my strong suit. Let's give it a shot. Hey, I passed.
Okay. If you passed, she sends you on a quest. Gain 1 task unique asset.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's good.
Let's see what this one is.
Can you get multiple courier runs or like multiple
No,
tasks?
you can't have more than 1 card of the same title.
Okay.
But this time I have Turning the Tide. At the end of the Mythos phase, if Doom advanced this round or the Ancient One has awoken, you may spend clues equal to half the number of investigators to flip this card.
That's a hard one.
Well,
Is it?
yeah. All right.
Yeah, you're getting. You gotta go and do that courier run because now you can't even generate more tasks.
That is correct.
All right.
Ready for a Mythos phase?
Nope, but we have to do it anyway.
Let's do it.
All right. All right. Advance the Omen track.
All right, so we go to the blue symbol. We only have 1 gate out with a red, so we don't lose any Doom.
Okay. Reckonings.
So starting with monsters on the board, there are none. Then we go to Mythos cards in play, there are none. Then we go to the Great Old One, Yog-Suthoth. Each investigator on a space containing a gate advances Doom by 1 unless he discards a spell. Well, guess what? Nobody's on a gate. Right?
Nope.
So then we go to conditions and possessions, starting with the lead investigator.
I'm clean.
You're clean.
Len, on the other hand,
All right, we're gonna
has
do
some
Father. We're gonna
issues.
do Father Merluzzo first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn this die into a blessed die because that will indicate if I roll that 4, 5, or 6. Come on, baby. Oh!
That is cocked. That landed on
cocked.
a figure. That is cocked.
All right, I agree. Oh
so,
no!
So you're
All
doing it again.
Up,
Still.
hitting figures.
Alright,
Well, okay,
one.
he rolled 2 ones in a row. I think we call it at that point.
Yeah, good thing it wasn't a dark pact, right? Alright, so that was that one. Then let's do Shroud of Shadow. Test lore -1 and flip this card. So my lore is at a 5. I'll move 4 dice. There's a pass. Oh, God. Shadow follows you everywhere, whether you need it or not. Impair a skill of your choice unless you discard this card. Oh!
I would discard the card.
And now we find out how much of a team player Len is.
That's right.
No.
I'm going to impair strength.
Oh, okay, well, yeah, that's kind of cheating, but yeah. No, you're playing the game as written. I'm just like,
And
you always have to roll at least 1 die, so
right.
yeah.
Yeah, at least 2 successes, yes. And I pass it once per round. When I pass a lore test as part of a spell effect, gain a clue. So I just gained a clue.
Okay.
Now the real fun part is my debt comes due, so I roll 3 dice for my influence check.
No,
And
no, you just flip the card.
Nope, just comes due.
Oh wow! All right, of course I hit successes. You're right. Oh boy. Okay, the man wears a hat and a brown trench coat. We do not want money. He hisses and grabs your throat. Feels if part of your identity is being stolen from you. Test will. 2 dice. So even worse. 2 dice. Come on, baby.
Ooh.
Alright, if I fail, bad things would happen, but bad things didn't happen, which is why dead is always worth it.
All right.
And that's this.
I need to see how paranoid I am. I need to test my will. My will is 3. I only get a bonus to my will if I'm doing a combat encounter, so
Yep.
3 it is.
All right.
Okay.
No problem. And I've got a jeweled scarab. If you or another investigator on any space has an ornate scarab. Okay, you gotta have them both. Yeah. I get it now, so
yeah,
we're fine.
That's why I was upset with that. I was like,
yeah.
That's never gonna happen in this game.
Well,
that is so.
It's awesome when it does happen, though.
I'm sure it is. All right, so then a gate comes out.
Yep. I'll spawn the gate. Where did that go?
Out here in the ocean.
That's not helpful.
With a dimensional shambler. Which isn't that bad. Although the Lost in Time and Space is never fun. Alright. What's the event?
Alright, the event. You had lost contact with a friend for some time and have tracked the worshippers of some dark god to a rundown hotel. As you suspected, you find your companion bound and gagged. The lead investigator gains a character unique asset, which is not bad. So I've set this up already, and I get Anna Tilton. When you gain this card from the deck, improve lore. You and other investigators on your space roll 1 additional die when resolving a research encounter.
Alright.
So that's not bad. So I improve lore, and because of my special, when I improve a skill, you also improve another skill of your choice. So the question is, do I want to max out influence and just shop, Or do I want to improve something else that would be useful? You know what? I'm going to max out influence. I think that's a bad call.
Shopping is useful in this game.
Shopping is useful, and I have all this shopping-oriented stuff, so I'm just going to go with that.
All right. So we have made it through our first turn.
Yep.
Who wants to be the next lead investigator?
I'm more than willing to keep it.
You know what? No, I'm gonna step up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step up.
There you go. There you go. We got to keep this thing moving.
All right, Len, you are lead.
All right, I don't know what I'm actually doing now.
Yeah.
No. I am going to rest
Yeah.
and spend my resource to get back up to my 5. Actually, yeah. You know what? I don't want to lose that by accident. I'm gonna move over to this gate because I'm planning on doing half the mystery this turn.
You also recover an additional sanity.
So I'm full of that. You know what though? Hang on. I'm not gonna spend that resource. Give me that back. I'm gonna take a focus to help me close the gate.
Okay.
So there we go.
So what should
So
your
you're at
health
3.
be at?
His health is now at 3.
Oh, I'm sorry if I messed you up for the overlay.
Okay. Well, I'm
So
doing a pretty
he's-
good job of messing myself up on it.
Len is living on the edge with a 3 health, but that's how Len likes to do things.
That is how Len likes to do things. All right, Laura.
And we like to talk about Len like he's not here. That's how we like to do things.
All right.
Laura, are you here?
I am. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So, first thing I'm going to do is, I'm gonna try for my agency secrets. I have to test my influence, and I get 1 additional die when I do that. So
is
I get
correct.
to roll 3 and see if
Mhm.
we can figure out what my agency secrets are this time.
Hey.
All right, we do get to figure it out. Phones start ringing and orders start coming down from on high to stay out of your way. Resolve 1 effect of your choice. Up to 2 investigators each discard a debt condition and a detain condition, then flip this card, or retreat doom by 1, then discard this card. Yikes. No one has debts or detain conditions there, do they?
Oh,
No.
turned too late.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
so
the good
you
news.
could decide. Hold on. Yeah. You could retreat Doom, or you could decide to hold on to. Right. She can still decide to hold on to the card. Right?
Because this one says up to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you could say, "I'm going to hold on to that until I really need it," or
Yeah.
you could just retreat Doom.
No, I don't think we're ready to retreat doom, and we might run into debts and detainment. So I'm gonna flip it, and keep my agency secrets. But now we know what it can do for us.
And now I think you're just encouraging people to take debt.
Yeah.
Well, I'm enabling us to be more successful. All right, and then I'm going to rest. So I get 1 of each thing back, which is nice. Oh wait, how was I at max sanity? Hadn't I lost some sanity?
No, I don't
No,
think
you
so.
Oh, I just got the paranoia condition. All right, so I get 1 regular health back, and then for my paranoia, when I rest, I can roll a die, and on a 5 or 6, I can discard my paranoia. So let's try that. Nope, still paranoid.
All right. That means I have to decide what I'm doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So...
Oh wait, I need to generate clues.
Oh,
Sorry, guys.
sure.
I think that went on to space 20.
Mm-hmm.
and space 11. Okay, go ahead, Rob.
I don't like where these clues are. So I need to
like
get some clues.
Yeah, everything's at the bottom of the board.
Alright, so I'm going to move to Arkham. And then... How is my lore? My lore is a 3.
It's not a bad one.
No. Because I was wondering if I wanted to get the occult tablet to help me get some of those clues.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
you're
but
depriving
you know what,
Len of that.
No, I need to rest.
And that thing is great for me because if I can pump up.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. That actually doesn't matter because I can use my spell.
No. Regardless, for now I'm resting, and that will be my second action. So that brings us to Joe.
Eric.
Yep. I am moving to Arkham because that's where all the cool kids are.
Mm-hmm. Except you missed.
I missed. Well, you know, I never figure out the right address for the parties. And
It's only important if you were invited. That's the most important.
That's true. All right, and I think I'm just gonna shop. I think I'm gonna shop and try to get something nice.
You should get the occult tablet.
Yeah, I could get the occult tablet. I mean, I could get the occult tablet in trade with you if you really wanted it. Or I could get the enchanted bow and then trade one of the magic items with you as well.
Yeah, I would not mind that bow.
Yeah.
Not that we have a lot of monsters to deal with.
Yet.
Well, this may not be a monster-heavy guy.
Okay. So, I got 3 successes. That means I can get the occult tablet, and I can get the enchanted bow, and I can also get an investment. Or if I wanted to spend one more...
Or you could go into debt.
Yeah, see, the debt doesn't... So, I got 3 successes. No, I have 3 successes. So I can only get one of these items. The enchanted bow or the occult tablet. Right?
Right.
I'm doing this right. So... Which one would you prefer, Rob? Combat or the occult tablet?
So, did you decide, Len, you're okay not having the occult tablet?
I'm fine because the whole thing with you can spend a sanity, right? I can use my spell to generate a clue.
Right.
Maybe getting 2 clues at a rip, so yeah, that's fine.
All right, so the occult tablet, please. As much fun as the bow would be, I just don't know that we're gonna. We'll see what the next mystery is.
Well, yeah, and honestly, the bow, if I guess
not gonna go anywhere.
Whoever's closing gates may need it.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll restock.
Oh, there it is.
Blunderbuss.
All right. And so that, I think, ends our action phase.
Yes.
Brings us to the encounter phase.
Agatha is doing an otherworld encounter.
Okay. Lost Carcosa. At an elaborate masquerade, you talk to 2 decadent partygoers who are all maneuvering to be declared as the proper heir to the crown. Test influence.
And my influence is a 3. 3. Son of a gun. Hang on. Oh, so I can't even close the gate if I wanted to. Let me just think here for a moment. I'm going to use... I am going to use my focus.
Yep.
Ooh,
nice.
Good.
Okay. Believing that you can help him, a guest attempts to bribe you. Gain 1 artifact.
Okay, I gain. Oh, the monster queen Sugar!
If you pass, you may spend 1 sanity to discard 1 monster on a space of your choice containing a gate.
That is awesome. I'll take that.
Except it advances Doom.
Oh, that's your guys' problem.
And now we learn how much of a team player Len is.
Yeah, I think we've discovered, yes.
Alright, so seeing this, the queen demands that you unmask. She questions you relentlessly in an attempt to discover what you've learned. Become delayed unless you spend 2 clues.
Well, that sucks. 'Cause I do not have 2 clues to spend, therefore I am...
Okay.
I'm gonna lay down Shanghai.
Yep, and you're not spending the clues, so you can't gain her favor and close the gate. So the gate
Right.
stays open. Okay.
Yeah, that sucks.
All right. It's looking like we're gonna have an Arkham adventure, aren't we?
Sure are.
Yep.
I'm just gonna drop this here. A fortune teller in Independence Square warns you of dire events. You try to interpret her words. Test lore.
Uh-oh. Okay. I don't have anything to help my lore. So 2 it is.
Hey!
Wow. All right.
Nice.
If you pass, you discern that you ultimately survive. Gain a blessed condition.
Cool. I'll get it.
Not bad.
Paranoid but blessed.
Do you know how to bless your dice?
I do.
There you go.
Alright, Rob. Let's see what fate befalls you. Alright. At the special at Velma's Diner reinvigorates you. Recover 1 health.
Ooh, hold on. I'm gonna do that. Oops, I'm gonna click the right button though. All right.
Velma asks you about an occult book that was left as a tip. Lore -1.
That's less fun. But oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's not bad at all. So I get to add a couple more dice thanks to my ally, and I get a reroll. So I pass.
Okay, you pass. Alright. If you pass, you grasp its true importance. Gain 1 tome unique asset.
Ooh, okay. Thank you. Oh, the old journal. The task of the tomes. All right.
Alright.
Joe, Arkham?
Yep.
I mean, why not, right? Maybe we'll actually get a spell out of this.
Yeah, maybe.
Ah, here you go. At North Point, the white ship calls to you. Test will -1.
Oh. I did not bump up my will this time. That's not great. Nope.
Alright, if you fail, you dream of an eternity of restless travels.
Well,
Boost your
hold on.
sanity.
Hold on. Do I want to spend a clue to reroll?
No.
What else do we have to do with clues right now?
Oh, right now, we're just living for today? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend the clue.
Alright.
I think you're right
No, not
in
in
that
the,
it's
in the garbage, in the garbage.
in the garbage. My screen was not.
I'll take care of it. You do your roll.
No, I don't want to do the roll. Because I'm gonna fail and then it's gonna be embarrassing.
I tried
Shouldn't
to
have
tell
spent the clue. What
did
was
you
that?
Made me... Yes, you
Roll it
made
for real.
me.
Roll it for real.
You made me so upset because you were the one that told me to send the clue, and then you were like,
Okay.
no.
Okay, So if you fail, you dream of an eternity of restless travels. Lose 2 sanity unless you spend a focus, or unless you have a friend like Agatha who will use her spell to prevent you from losing 2 sanity.
Ooh.
Okay.
So
That would
Agatha
be nice.
will instill bravery and roll her 5 dice, just because I kind of want to see what's on the other side of the card too. All right, 2 successes. The magic binds itself to your body, preventing you from fleeing. That investigator loses 1 health.
Good. All right. Well, that was that.
And
Okay.
I get a clue because that was.
Yes.
Yes.
So-
Alrighty.
Wouldn't it have been better to give Agatha the occult journal, given that you automatically get +2 on all spells, Rob?
What?
Oh, is that true? Oh, how would he give it to me though?
No, you should have left it in there for you, because you have Dr. Ali Akot.
Yeah, but
Kafoyer.
I don't have it yet. You have it.
No, you get +2 on lore
Yeah.
from your ally.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
So you're saying give me the plus on lore? Okay, I understand now.
Or anyone. I don't know. I mean, I wanted it to get some clues because I need clues for my thing. That's why I wanted it.
Yeah.
All right.
Mythos?
Mythos phase.
Okie dokie. Mythos time. Here we go. Alrighty. So the almond track moves, and unfortunately, because Agatha's hanging out on Shanghai, which is a red gate,
Alright.
it's going to be 2 doom.
So first off, it moves. There's 1 red gate. Doom drops to 13.
Right. 1. And you don't have any clues for your task, right?
Let's.
'Cause
Yeah.
You're turning the tide. Okay.
All right. So next we have Reckoning. Still no monsters on the board with Reckoning effects. So each investigator on a space containing a gate advances Doom by 1 unless he spends a card. So Len, are you gonna discard a spell?
I'm not. I'm going to reduce doom
All right.
Okay.
to 12.
All right.
And then, yep.
And then there are no Mythos cards in play. So, possessions and conditions.
How about the monster?
Does the monster have one?
Oh no, never mind. Sorry.
Alright. I'm gonna use Father Merlozzo again. Come on, Father. And make that die a bless. Oh my, hold on. No. My screen froze and it dropped. Yes!
Yes. Good job.
Take that blessing. Ah, Father, I knew it was time. Okay. Then we've got, let's do the Shroud of Shadow. So lore -1, I'll be rolling 4 dice. Bless these dice. Bless these dice. So 4 of them. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. What did it make me do before? I'd have to impair. I'm gonna spend a clue to re-roll all my dice. As many dice as I want. I can't impair something else. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep this one and re-roll these. Okay, that's better. Flip. Okay. You control the smoky shadow with your arcane words, no additional. Okay. Then I will do my Masa Padrakim Dashigai. Hopefully I don't roll a 1 because I'd be responsible for 3 dudes this round. Not great. Okay.
No worries. All right, and because you got the bless this reckoning, you don't test it.
Yes.
Laura, what do you got?
I got madness, so I'm gonna test my will, which is a 3.
And you
Okay,
succeed.
we're good for now, and then I'm gonna roll 1 die for my blessed.
Oh no.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Toss it. Probably ditch it, right? In the garbage?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's sad,
All right,
but that's okay.
I don't really have anything.
I don't have anything either.
All right,
On a gate. Gate
On a gate.
is in the pyramids.
yeah, with a dark young.
That's a hard one, isn't it? Yep.
Yep, and a bad
Okay.
one. Well, I guess now I have something to do.
Yeah, there you go. Alright. Rigorous training. Every spare hour you have while traveling in a train car or hiding in the hold of a ship is time that you spend practicing. Your drive to become a better version of yourself is a seething compulsion. Your ceaseless work is beginning to show results. It's an event. Each investigator may gain a focus, spend a focus to gain a clue, or spend a clue to gain a talent.
All right.
Well,
I regret spending that clue.
Since you guys talked about tossing those clues, I'm gonna do just that and gain myself a talent. I'm attuned.
Ooh, that's
When resolving a spell, I may gain +2. When I gain this card on the deck, gain 2 spells and discard a spell. Hot dog.
yep.
Yep.
All right, let's go. Boop, boop. Plumb the void. Oh my God, yes, we'll be keeping that. And some of the. All right, goodbye, Shroud of Shadow. Actually, no. Goodbye, Call the Storm. Because now I can move you all around.
Yeah. Until you
Oh.
spend those to advance the mystery.
Well, I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep Plumb the Void.
Okay.
I need that occult tablet though because I need plus to my spell effects.
Okay.
So
If you pass the investigator, it may move to any space. Well, okay, so just suck me over to you and we'll trade.
No such thing.
Okay.
All right, Laura.
Teleport me. Is that a better?
That's
use?
better.
Laura,
Yes.
Yeah.
it looks like you're going to gain a focus unless you know something I don't.
Nope. Focus it is.
I'm going to gain a focus because I don't have
I
one.
already gained my focus.
All right. All right, we did get a late start, but I think we got one more in us, right?
Oh,
Okay.
please,
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I still don't think there's unless there's trading involved.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing I wanted to ask Laura. You have something that increases influence. Is there anything I have that I could trade for that?
You want even more influence?
That's what
Yeah,
I
I'm
was saying.
that's my role this game. I'm the buy stuff guy apparently.
Wants to become Charlie Kane.
I'm Charlie Light. All right, never mind then. Then it doesn't matter.
All right. Then I'm gonna say or suggest that Laura takes the lead investigator.
Okay, someone want this damn spell? Is that what you're getting at?
No, the spell
Okay.
isn't the issue. The trading is.
Right.
Yeah, but the
Okay.
problem is you're not always going to be on the same spot with everybody,
Yeah.
so it seems
Yeah.
crazy to dump all the influence on one person and then.
Yeah, it's very, very true.
Okay, so I'm the lead investigator, which is fine. I just want to know what the purpose of making me lead investigator was, so I understand what I'm supposed to do.
Just going
just
around
passing
the
it
table.
around.
Oh, okay. Then, I'd really like to get rid of this damn paranoia, and there's nowhere we really need to go right now, because we still need these damn spells, right?
That is correct.
Okay, so I am going to heal. So I'm back at full health, but I'm resting, so I'm going to test... Or I'm going to roll one die, try to get rid of the paranoia. So here we go. Gosh darn it. Okay. So that was my rest action. I've gotta focus. We don't need the agency secrets yet, because no one has 2 deaths or detains. Right. No. Okay. Then a resource or a focus. I could shop. We've got this task thing in here. Is that something that we're keeping? Where somebody wants that? In the shopping thing?
I'd say get that out of there, yeah.
It's cheap.
Oh.
That's the only reason. And the only reason I was keeping it in there is if I was thinking, well, if I do a shopping trip and I have one left over. But yeah, it's not particularly useful.
All right, so I could get it out of the reserve right now using my passive if we want to do that.
Yes. Yep.
Man, Eric has that passive too. No.
I do, yes. I was keeping it in there simply because I was like, well, Grizzly Totem.
There we go.
Oh, that is a nice one. Okay.
Love the art on that.
Okay. So my other passive would be spawning a clue. So let's do that before I finish my second action. Okay, next clue on space 10. Resources are only good for shopping, right?
They also let you heal when you rest. You can gain additional health or sanity.
Okay. I want a boat ticket.
Sure.
Okay, that's my second action. Good to go.
All right, so... So I could roll 1 die hunting for an old journal. That doesn't seem like a lot of fun for me. Oh no, it would be 3 dice.
You could just move down to space 6 and do your courier run.
Oh yeah.
You're right next to it.
Yeah.
You can just pop back over for a spell later.
I guess. So the thought on not doing that is if I get a spell, I could trade it with you guys before you go somewhere next turn.
Yeah, that is true.
Because we spent 3 turns in Arkham, and how many spells did we get?
0.
Yeah, so...
I mean, I got one there from the expedition.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the funny thing.
Yeah, so I'm at full health and sanity again. So I'm not going to move. I am going to take a focus. And then I'm going to try the old journal just to see what happens. So I get started at 1. I get +2 for Dr. Ali. Okay. So I pass. As you read a particular arcane passage, you enter a trance which your spirit leaves your body and travels to a cave with glowing crystals embedded in the walls and ceiling. In the cave, you meet a large creature with a mass of octopus-like tentacles for a face and shining golden eyes. The Elder God speaks to you through your thoughts, tasking you with an important mission. Gain 2 unique assets, 2 task unique assets, then discard one of them and this card. So this isn't one where I could like get rid of turning the tide because it has to be between the two. So
so weird to watch you do the die, because I don't see the menu, so it just seems like you're pointing at random stuff.
Alright, so I can't gain the courier run because I already have one. I can't gain that courier run because I already have one. And a for the greater good. So I'm not going to do this one. Because then I can't...
Jesus.
What's this one cost?
You got
Expeditions for Mystic Ruins. Spend 1 focus. Alright. So... that was my action. Joe.
Right. I'm gonna acquire a resource, and I'm gonna go shopping again. Bummer. Alright, so I could get the Grizzly Totem.
Yep.
I could get something else and go into debt, but again, it doesn't... Nothing feels like it's debt-worthy. I mean, the blunderbuss is nice, but... Yeah, I'll take the Grizzly Totem. I'll restock. Is there anything we want to get rid of here?
You can only do that... Well, you'd have to... Oh, with your second action, you mean?
Once per round, during the action phase, you may discard 1 card from the reserve.
Maybe.
Is there anything that...
Maybe the expedition. I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't seem that useful. Anyone have problems with me discarding the expedition guide?
No.
Nope.
Alright, I'm gonna get rid of the expedition guide.
Enchanted
cane.
That'd be perfect for Agatha. She needs a cane. She's still laying down.
We have a lot of enchanted weapons.
Yeah.
And Rob has none of them, but...
Alright, is that your 2?
That's my 2.
Agatha.
Right. Agatha's delayed, so she's just standing up.
Alright. So, Roland's encounter.
Roland is having an Arkham encounter.
Amazing.
It is amazing. We'll see.
An anonymous patient in the asylum pleads with you to share what you've learned. You may spend 1 clue to share what you know. If you spend the clue, the man begins chanting a long, dead language. Gain 1 incantation spell.
Roland ain't got no clues.
This is bull. This is complete bull.
Yeah, this game's being kind of a jerk. Alright. Arkham for Rob. Alright. You asked the locals in Dunwich to tell you about Wilbur Whately. Influence -1.
Alright, so that starts at a 1. I don't have any benefits for this. Focus number 1. Focus number 2. There we go.
Finally. If you pass after spending all your focuses, they guide you to... It says that on the card, right? They guide you to the ruins of his shack. Gain 1 magical artifact and 1 non-ritual spell.
Alright.
Here's your artifacts.
So what was... Gain 1 magical artifact. The chant +5 strength during combat encounters. All right.
Oh my.
Woof.
Well, I guess you won't need Wither then.
All right.
Well, maybe you do. That's actually a great combo.
Yeah, but
do those stack or no?
+5 strength. No.
Okay.
No, they do not stack. Because
Really?
they're both plus X strength.
Yeah.
All right, Joe.
Arkham Encounter.
Arkham Encounter. Alright. Atop King's Port's Causeway, a hermit teaches you magic. Gain a non-ritual spell.
Okay.
I'll get one for you here.
Thank you.
Is that a ritual?
It's
a glamour spell. It's a Shroud of Shadows
that's the same
again.
one I have.
Yeah.
You politely try to leave. Test influence -1.
Influence -1. Okay, so this is only one success during acquire assets action, so he doesn't count. But my influence is a 5, so that's 4 dice. Pass.
Is a pass. If you pass, you part with a gift. Gain a random magical asset from the deck.
Okay.
Not a spell.
Not a spell.
Oh, we got the spell though. If Rob can give it to you, or you give yours to Rob. Good.
Okay, Cultist Journal. Gain +2 will and... Okay, now I have to trade because I'm doubling up on stuff.
All right. And that brings us to Agatha.
Otherworld encounter. Let's go.
Let's close some gates.
Indeed.
The past. You find yourself standing in front of antique scientific equipment. According to the papers, the year is 1771. You read through the notes and try to interpret the nature of the experiments. Test lore.
My lore is a 5. Yes, I barely passed with blessed dice.
All right. Joseph Curran was using his lab to revive dead wizards from their ashes and interrogate them for arcane knowledge. Using his notes, you close this gate.
Okay. When I close a gate, I can discard 2 spells, so I'm going to get rid of Shroud of Shadow and the Yoggie to put the gate on the card.
All right. The rest of his results may also prove useful. You may become delayed to gain 1 spell.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
I just sat around. No, I'm good.
That's true.
All right. So where are we? Mythos phase. The Mythos phase.
Oh, and it's mine this time.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So the first one is clues.
Yep, so we get 2 clues.
So I hit the spawn clue twice.
Yes, please. In Rome. And out here in Space 1.
Okay, and then exclamation point over Arkham.
Yeah. So, well, I guess that's actually good news. So the rumor's going to happen in Arkham.
Okay, and then 3 monsters?
3 Eldritch tokens
Oh, okay.
are going to start on it. Okay, you go ahead and...
All right. Lavinia Watley has returned to Sentinel Hill, and she means to bring about the end of the world. Song of Spheres, ongoing rumor. As an encounter, an investigator in Arkham may attempt to encounter the horrid ritual, test lore -1. If he passes, he may spend clues equal to the investigators to solve this rumor. When the omen advances, the lead investigator may spawn 1 gate. If he does not spawn the gate, discard 1 Eldritch token from the card. For each gate on the game... Oh, geez. That corresponds to the current omen. There are no Eldritch tokens on this card. Investigators lose the game.
Who's the one that said we didn't need clues?
Well, we didn't need clues.
Now we really need them.
We need them tomorrow.
Now we need clues. We didn't before. This is interesting. Well, no, because they're not going to go away with reckonings.
No, they're going to go every time the omen advances.
Yeah.
They're going to pop more gates.
I think this is interesting. So the problem is that we need 4 clues and not just 2. That's kind of bad.
Yeah.
That's kind of bad. How are we feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Despair. Feel despair.
One more round?
I'd like to, if everyone else is game.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I'm game.
That one went fast. It's weird to me how this game goes faster when there are 4 of us than when there are 3. I don't know what's up with that. I think it might be...
4 eyeballs, I think.
Maybe. Or less split attention. Alright, I'll take lead investigator.
Okay.
And then, as the lead investigator, I will do a trade action. Who wants to head to a gate to help solve this mystery?
Yeah, because I'm going to warp whoever that person is right to that gate.
Oh, okay. I have a spell, so, and I mean, I have...
So does Roland.
I have a lot of... I get an extra roll, and I have a focus,
Alright.
so...
Can you fight a Dark Young?
I have... Dark Youngs require observations, and my observation is a 5 currently.
Dark Youngs require observations? Oh,
Yeah, to fight. If you fail the observation test, gain a lost in time and space condition.
No, that's
It's
the
not-
Dimensional Shambler.
Oh, I thought we were going to go to the... I'm going to the Dark Young.
Well, that's the other choice.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the Dark Young was simpler, but...
Well,
or the
regardless.
resonate.
We should get rid of the Dark Young because of the reckoning.
Okay, I mean, I have plus 4. I get a reroll.
Yeah.
My strength is not great. I mean, it would be easier to trade with...
Actually,
Trade with
you could, if you were really scared, use the Shroud of Shadow to not deal with it. We still have to kill it at some point, but...
I'm confused about your strength not being great.
But I only have a 2 strength, but then I have plus 4 on it. So, yeah, total my strength is good.
Oh, but you gotta hit it 5 times.
Right.
Yeah, that's a tough one to kill.
Well, except I'm about to give you a Wither. That may not help.
There you go.
Wither doesn't help because I...
No, it doesn't help.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, well.
Doesn't help at all.
Well, unless...
I mean, I can also go. I don't know that I'm going to be any better.
They're about the same, actually.
Yeah. I got guts.
I'm thinking Joe's got all the stats for the gate. He's pretty close.
Yeah, send me over there.
Alright, so as part of the trade action, I'm going to give you the Wither spell.
Okay. Is there anything of mine that you want?
Like you got clues. No, jeez.
Not really.
I wouldn't object to the journal.
The journal? The cultist journal. Plus 2... Except I don't have anything else. I get plus 1 sanity, plus 2 sanity. Yeah, alright. Yeah, sure, fine, take the cultist journal.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause at least the totem is always, it's not just nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, and do I have anything else that you want?
I don't know. I can't take your task fast.
Okay, actually, to back up for a second, do you want to trade the Vakshvaraj chant for the Holy Spear?
It's a better thing. If you're willing to trade, sure.
Yeah. I'll do that. I'll do that. because you're going up against bigger things than I am. So that's my first action. My second action will be, who am I? I'm Zoe. So we're going to move down to here. All right, so that's it for me.
Okay, well,
do your stuff, and I'll move you to where you need to be.
yeah. So the big question is the occult tablet allows me to perform a rest action and spend a sanity to gain a clue. Do I want to spend that sanity to gain a clue?
Yes.
Um,
I'm not going to protect you from it, but yes,
Yeah.
we need to get rid of this thing I think as soon as possible.
Yeah,
I think this
we
is
need to also get rid of gates. So, okay. So before I go over here, do I attack the Dark Young? Because I probably won't be able to get through it on the first go.
Use your Shroud of Shadow, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but then it will still be there.
Right. So here's the thing: if you go there and use your Shroud of Shadow, you can close the gate before the omen advances, and then next turn you can decide if you want to stay and deal with the Dark Young or run away.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that's what we're doing. Okay. So I am going to rest. That increases my health. I am going to spend the sanity to gain a clue. Like that for my occult tablet. And then I am going to focus because I'm going to need the rerolls. And that is the sum of what I'm doing. I'm getting as many rerolls as possible.
Yep.
And that's me.
All right.
All right. So I'm gonna stay.
Don't scramble my atoms.
I am going to plumb the void and test lore -1. Actually, wait a minute before I do that.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
Um.
I can use my Massive Queen to get rid of that thing. I can discard a monster in my space of monster on a space of my choice containing a gate.
Oh wait, really?
I'll move you there, and then I'll use the Masa to get rid of them.
You could just. Okay, that's convenient.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's going to end up killing us with the Doom, but that's tomorrow's
It's true.
brother.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the Doom.
No,
that
it's
he
the
will
thing to
be
do. It's the
throwing
thing to
out.
do today.
Yeah. So, all right. So first thing I'm gonna do is plumb the void. So lore -1, and if I pass, an investigator of my choice can move to any space. So I'll be rolling 4 dice. I'm gonna save my attune for later on. I know it's once. Well, yeah. I want to save it to make sure we get rid of the monster. So.
Hold on. Before you do that,
Yeah.
before you do anything, you lose is not the same as spend, right?
That is correct.
Okay, never mind. Go carry on.
Whoa!
Oh!
4. There we go.
Nice.
Okay, so the magic fold fabric of reality allowing you to step between continents with ease, no additional effect. Okay, so it's good to know that I'd lose a sanity. So you can
Alright.
you can go there. And
you
then
were
I am going to do the Masa Hurricane Push. Hey, I test lore -1. I'm going to use my attune though, and resolving its spell effect, I can gain +2. And if I do flip this card before resolving the test. So I'm going to
Is
do
this
that.
a spell effect?
It is.
It is. Oh, wait a minute. First of all, I should get a clue because I passed for plumb the void. Okay. But now, yes. So I'm going to flip this. I can spend 1 health to gain +5 when resolving. Not going to do that.
All right, but just yeah, it's too late. Wait,
What were you
no,
gonna say?
you're doing this isn't a spell.
Oh,
You can't use attuned on it. However, you can use your action.
because it's a tome. Oh, thank you, Rob. Thank you. Okay. All right. I feel bad now that I saw what Attune did, but either way, yes. So I'll be rolling 5, 6, 7 dice. I'm going to take one non-blessed dice. I'm going to mix it up here. And either way, it's just a pass, right? So, okay.
So that 4 doesn't count because you didn't bless the die.
So funny. Yeah. So I will spend the sanity to discard a monster of my choice. So I will do that, and we will get rid of the Dark Young. Bye.
Yay! Teamwork!
Yeah. Nice teamwork. Ah! Pyramids are pointy. I can't stand on them.
All right, Laura.
Okay. So I don't have any clues to help with the rumor, and I am not likely to get any clues standing here. However, there is a clue in Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
And I've got a boat ticket already.
Yeah. And if I may,
Yeah.
I'll point out that there is a fairly nice, path of clues on your way there.
Yeah, where's your character going? Just
that's as far as I'm trying to deal with Space 8 for a different thing.
Okay. I'm going to Buenos Aires.
All right.
And in Buenos Aires, I don't need to heal anymore. Oh, no. Sorry, go ahead.
Spend your ticket to get there.
Yep. Goodbye, ticket. And resting doesn't help me except to get rid of the paranoia. I guess another focus will help with clues, right? So that's always good. So that's my second action. But I can also generate clues and clear out the stock. Is there anything that we don't want in there?
I don't know. I mean, they're all good.
So at this point, honestly, the enchanted cane
seems redundant, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So you got the blunderbuss. I mean, they're all different, but I think the cane can go.
Yeah.
All right.
They're still useful for people who are not me or you, though.
Yeah.
The gambler's dice, my favorite item.
Okay, the gambler's nice are nice. Okay, never mind.
All right, and now I'm going to spawn a clue. And it's
Tokyo.
All right. So ends my turn.
All right. So that brings us to the encounter phase.
Right?
Yes.
Rob, why did you go to Space 8 instead of Space 6?
Because I thought I would need to go to Space 8, but I need to go to Space 6.
Okay, yeah. Okay, encounter. Rob, you're having generic city space.
A generic city space encounter.
Not a generic sea space because...
No.
Yep. Hotel security informs you a guest has been abducted. Observation.
Observation. So that's a 3.
Oh, yeah. So, Dr. Ali.
Huh. I passed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. If you pass, you track down the kidnappers and rescue their victim. Gain 1 random ally asset from the deck.
All right. So, Len, if you'd be so kind, I, meanwhile, am going to...
Oh my god, you broke it.
So, after resolving a location counter on that space, being space 6, flip this card. You meet with an elderly man and deliver the message you carry. He reads the letter slowly and with quiet deliberation. When he finally speaks, he tells you of a mission of great importance. You carefully listen to his instructions before departing. Gain 2 unique assets. Task unique assets. I wonder if by the end of this I will be able to say that phrase. Gain 2 task unique assets and discard one of them, then discard this card. So, what's the order of operations here? I get a character.
Yeah, there's your ally.
So I got me a monster hunter. All right. So then I resolve this 2 task.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna jump ahead and put this on here. Prayer. All right, so again, I'm not going to go with for the greater good. So
Yeah,
we're
prayer
going to take
works.
prayer. And then this is done. And this can go back where it belongs. And that ends my encounter.
Prayer's not that
First
hard to
task
do.
completed.
Yep.
Yeah. Prayer's not a big deal.
Nope.
All right, Joe Diamond, you are an other. Would you like to do an
Otherworldly encounter.
All right,
Yep.
here we go. You find pages of a play that feature you as a character. Resolve the pass effect to resist saying the lines written on the page, or resolve the fail effect to say your lines as they are written. So you're looking at will -1 or lore -1.
My lore is better. Yeah, okay, I'll go with lore. And I will run additional die when research encounter. It's will -1 or lore -1.
Yeah, your totem at least gives you a reroll.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're the same. So they're the same. Pass. I'm gonna read ahead. I don't get anything there if you pass.
Oh, do the will then, because it's sanity if you lose, and I can remember.
Yeah. Okay, so I will do the pass effect. My will, I get +1 for the Grizzly Totem. My will is a 3, but then -1, so I'm rolling 2 dice.
Yes, and it's you struggle to resist the compulsion to say the line. Test roll -1.
Okay. Now, once per round, you may re-roll a die when resolving a test. This is a test, so I will re-roll a die. A die. There we go, game.
There.
Nice. Oh,
Ah!
it was
I
there.
did it! I did it!
I say that counts. It hit the table. It hit the
It
table.
hit the
and then
table.
Picked up by accident.
I did. All right, I passed.
If you pass, you prove that your will is strong and Carcosa begins to fade away. Close this gate.
Now, I may spend 2 spells, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Just throw them in the trash.
No, there's a little discard pile next to them.
Okay.
Oh, I've been throwing mine out. I figured we throw away debts. It's not.
All right, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, I
So
spent my 2
well
spells.
done,
So we put an Eldritch token. There we go.
All right, well done.
Yeah?
Len, where's Agatha?
Agatha is on Shanghai.
Okay, Asia. You peel an apple by a mirror at midnight to call a ghost. Test will -1.
Oh, come on.
I didn't know that was an option. Peeling an apple by a mirror at midnight.
Apparently it
I'm
is in
rolling-
Shanghai.
Yeah,
I'm rolling but 1 die here.
All right.
very very low will, poor Agatha.
Where'd it go?
Oh, you son of a gun. It's all the way here. It's a 3. It's a fail. Do I want to spend clue? I would really love that stuff, but I will not spend the clue because you need clues. So
All right.
I will lose the 2 sanity and I will instill bravery on myself.
Okay.
So I will
You
5.
sure you want to do that? Because you might cost you a health.
Well, I'm rolling 5 dice. I can. Yeah, I'm alright. I'll roll
Alright.
5 dice to take my chances. Oh, for the love of God! I can't roll less dice tonight. The magic behind yourself, that investigator loses 1 health. Okay, well. The good news is that I have to rest next round. She's old.
She's old. I'm
I
having
fear for
a
Agatha.
research encounter in Buenos Aires.
A research encounter in Buenos Aires. Randolph Carter claims that the Silver Twilight Lodge stole a unique family treasure. You investigate the local lodge, test observation.
Great. I get to roll 5 dice.
There it is.
Oof.
If you pass, you gain the opportunity to examine the stolen treasure. Gain this clue, and you may discard a spell to gain the Silver Key artifact.
See what that is?
My
Yeah.
my spell's pretty useless, so yeah.
Yeah. And we don't need spells anymore, so that's... Well, we might need
Wow.
spells.
We're gonna need spells, but still,
Yeah,
let's
we're
take a
gonna
look.
need spells.
I remember this being pretty decent. Unless...
Magical item once per round, you may
Yeah.
spend 1 less clue to pay for an effect. Ooh, I like that. And I may
Alright.
re-roll 1 die when yeah, the spell's gone. Not helpful.
Alright.
Out of here.
Really out of here. Alright, Rob, where are you?
I'm done, aren't I? Because I was.
Yeah, where?
Oh, you were first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already read. Okay.
Yep.
Mythos.
So we go to the Mythos phase. All right. So we move to the blue track. There are no blue gates. So I may spawn 1 gate. We're not going to get a gate this turn. What do you think? You know what? Nope, because I'm
No,
going to read ahead.
Yeah.
So I will go ahead. Discard 1 Eldritch token from this card for each gate on the game board that corresponds to the current.
Oh, you don't want to do that. Well, it's 1.
No.
Just
Yeah.
1, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to discard 1.
I just want to on the record that I hate you all. but
Oh.
that's okay.
Oh, have a little fun. Have a little fun. Monster Surge, there's no gates for the monsters to come out, so a new gate's going to spawn. And
What do
it.
you mean? What do you... Whoa.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
Wait a
then we have to back up.
Yeah.
I thought we didn't have any gates. Okay. So we move to blue. We lose a doom.
Right.
So our doom comes down to 11. Then when I look here, when the omen advances, the lead investigator may spawn 1 gate. If he does not spawn the gate, discard 1 Eldritch token for each gate on the game board that corresponds to the current omen. So I'm still going to do that. Still going to lose the 1. Now, we have a monster spawn. There is a blue gate, so we're going to get 2 monsters on it. We're going to start with a crazed mob out in Relay. And a child of the goat, also out in the middle of the ocean, because this all makes perfect sense. Magical resistance. All right. Then we're going to spawn 2 clues. 1 in Arkham, which is very convenient. Actually, it's not going to matter in a moment. And 1 in the Amazon. A proposition. You had told everyone the parchment was indecipherable, but you were lying. You know the ritual necessary to summon and bind the dark power. You could strike a bargain with it. The situation is desperate, but you know that a solution is within its power. But what will it ask of you in return?
Oh, this is delightful.
The lead investigator may gain a dark pact condition to immediately solve one rumor mythos in play.
That's a no-brainer.
So, to think it through, it's going to be 3 turns before we even could come close to solving this. I think this is a no-brainer. Give me that dark pact.
There you go. And you know what?
I can't argue with it, but I still hate it.
Even if it wasn't a no-brainer, we know the #1 rule of watch us lose.
You know?
That is always take the dark pact.
And you're absolutely right. I don't know if this will change how I play this game in person, but unquestionably at this point, for this campaign, I am on board with the #1 rule: always take the dark pact. Maybe not always, but almost always.
We didn't take one last game, but we all agreed it was like
no
benefit.
Yeah. All right, so that ends our Mythos phase. And at the end of the Mythos phase, if there are gates on this card equal to half the number of investigators, return all gate tokens on this card to the game box and solve this mystery. So that's important because that means that they're not going to get shuffled back in, so we're just going to drop them down into the black hole. And our new mystery is going to be Spawn of Yog-Suthoth. Lavinia Waitley has given birth to something horrible, and now the creature calls for its father. When this card enters play, spawn the Dunwich Horror Epic Monster in Arkham. At the end of the Mythos phase, if the Dunwich Horror Epic Monster has been defeated, solve this mystery.
Oh, so I'm getting rid of the rumor, right?
Yes. Yeah. All right. So there it is, the Dunwich Horror. It's going to spawn some gates on us. It's going to have a toughness of 6, 3 horror, 3 damage. Nothing to worry about, right? Nothing to worry about.
I'm just going to keep gathering clues.
Stick with the plan.
Yeah.
I don't even need to at this point. I mean, I can go to Tokyo maybe and start picking away at it. I'm not really helping. Actually, I need to rest.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you folks.
You need to get rid of the crazed mob.
Yeah, I can get rid of things remotely. So.
Yeah. I don't know about you folks, but I had fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did well.
This was a fun, fast-moving game.
Yeah, I think so.
Bill asked if we're going to be Wednesdays, and we're Wednesdays from now on, right?
Yes, so until further notice, and maybe not even then, we're going to stick to Wednesday evenings. Hopefully, I'll be able to figure out the technical stuff that we had problems with. But this does remind me we will not be streaming next Wednesday, and I'll tell you guys about that privately afterwards. But so we'll be taking a little bit of a break before we return to figure out how to take care of the Dunwich Horror.
Notice we have a lot of new viewers in tonight, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
We're getting out how amazing we are at this game.
Yeah, and thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed seeing us make questionable decisions. Go for a little glory today at the cost of tomorrow. Who knows how this is all going to turn out? We've been having a good run of games for a while, and it's also been a while since we solved a mystery on the first session. But I feel like this has, well, especially if we hadn't gotten rid of that mystery, I feel like this definitely had the potential to tilt on us suddenly.
Oh, the rumor.
Yeah, the rumor.
That was. That was a tough one.
Yep.
Although I do have the shiny new key, which could have helped, but yes.
Yeah.
That's true. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Thank you, my friends, for playing this game with me. We do stream Wednesdays around 8:30. And we'll be continuing more or less onwards from here. Thank you all for coming, and have a great night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.